Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of rock chips here. We've got, this is just basically a line waiting to crack, and this little one down here is basically a line just waiting to crack. I've already drilled them, and you know, I have to open them up, and I'm hoping I've got the cameras, the lenses on this glasses high enough for you to see what I'm doing. I already told him there's a chance. There we go. That one's opened. And that one's open. Look. Look at that beautiful little circle right there. And that beautiful little circle right there. I don't get enormously large chips when I do this because of how deep I drill and how I keep my tool sharpened. I don't get enormously large bullseye chips when I do that, but you can see in the mirror how perfect that little circle is just by looking in the mirror, and I hope you can see that. And I hope you can see what I'm doing because I have to look through the bifocals, but I've got the glasses tilted pretty high up on my head, so hopefully you can see what, and I can see, both of us can see. Hopefully both of us can see. So I came all the way down here yesterday to do this, and when I got here I realized that my tool bag had fallen off my side somewhere along the road. So normally, if I'm going to be on the highway, I put my tool bags in the box because sometimes they come loose on me, and depending on how they come loose, they'll just lay on the seat. But apparently, they came loose and I didn't realize it because all the wind that I was dealing with, they came loose, and apparently they vibrated off the seat at the same time. So they were gone when I got here. So I told him I couldn't do it yesterday. I had said I can't do it, I've got to go find my tools. Of course, I apologized and everything, but I had to go find my tools, you know. So that's what I did. I went and found my tools. And we're just going to kind of let this one fill. It's going to take a minute. I can't really see the line on the other side if it's filling or not. I believe it is. I'm trying to keep the camera where you guys can see at the same time, but I have to look through my bifocals. I have to be able to see through my bifocals. Let's draw some air out of it. Let's let that sit under vacuum real quick while we get this one going. See the beauty of carrying multiple tools. Now normally when they've got lines in them like that one up there, I would normally complete that job before I started on another one, but since neither one of these even attempted to move when I popped them, they didn't even attempt to crack, I highly doubt if we're going to have a situation where they're going to crack during the repair. So that means I can go ahead and fill two of them at the same time. That's just something I watch out for. If I'm drilling a chip and the lines are expanding, or I go to pop a chip and the lines expand a little bit, or even flex a little bit when I pop the chip, then I know I've got to be focused on that one particular chip before I attempt to repair another. But on this particular one, I didn't see any of that, so I know that the chance of it cracking during the repair is pretty slim. I'm not going to say they're zero, but they're pretty slim. And this one down here I wouldn't even be concerned about. It was just a very, you know, it didn't even attempt to move on me, so I'm not worried about it at all. See if I can see that one good enough to do this. I can't tell if it's opening and closing or what, because of the way the light is reflecting off of it. This one I can see opening and closing. The bottom one here I can see it opening and closing. We definitely want to get it filled. It's filling in. I'm opening it real close to the seal. I don't want to push it too far away from the chip itself. I hope you can see it, because I'm trying to keep the glasses in the right place for you guys to be able to see things as well, but it's a little difficult for me because I can't really tell where the camera is pointing. Okay, now I can see that one opening and closing. But I honestly can't tell you how much resin is in that one because I can't see it good enough to know how far the resin's gone up the line. I think it's filling in. I have to use the reflection on the other side of the glass, believe it or not. I know that sounds weird, but so here's what I'm looking at. I don't know if you can see where my tool is, but I'm looking at right here at the reflection on the inside layer of glass, because I can't actually see the line anymore. I can see it in the mirror, but I can't tell if it's filling by looking at it in the mirror. But I can tell that it's filling by looking at it in the reflection of the other layer of glass, on the inside layer of glass. And now she's full. I can tell she's full because I can no longer see the reflection on the inside layer of glass. So that one's full, that one's full, that one's full. This one's full, but we're going to give it one more pressure cycle. So I'll show you here in a minute what I have to do with these glasses for you guys to be able to see what I see. And hopefully this worked out so that you can see what I see. I'll show you what I have to do. So looking at me in the mirror, or in the window, when the glasses are on straight, this is what they look like, but I have to take them and I have to tip them up so that the legs are way up here on the top of my head, like that, so that I can look through the bifocal, which I'm doing now, and you should be able to see the palm of my hand. So that's what I have to do for you to be able to see what I see. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you, but that's alright. I don't so much mind it. This is what happens if you don't change your seals enough. They get so fat that when you take the pressure off the tool, the seal falls out. Yep, that one's filled in. Beautiful. This customer has been extremely good to me. He refuses to use anyone else. His wife calls me when she gets a chip. He calls me when he gets a chip. His daughter calls me when she gets a chip. And I did a crack repair right here about a year ago. And it's still holding up just fine. So, I've done several chips on this vehicle. And they all seem to be holding up great. So we're going to cure this now. I can put my, well, I'll leave them slightly tilted up so in case I look through the bifocals, but you should still be able to see what I see if I look through the bifocals. I'm getting used to using these. I did find a place to do a pair of lenses for these glasses and make the bifocals higher up on the lens so that I don't have to tilt the glasses up on my head, farther up on my head for you to be able to see what I see. Because if the bifocals are in the right place, then I can just look through the bifocals and not have to move the camera at all, which would be beautiful. These bifocals are very short, very, very short down the lens. They're only about a fourth of the way up the lens. I thought they were higher than that, but I measured them out and they're only about a fourth of the way up the lens. They need to be at least halfway up the lens. So I found a place that'll do the lenses, but it's going to cost about $500 that I don't have right now. So we're not getting that done today, not even close. And I don't understand, the only place that I found that'll do the lenses for these glasses, they said they have a machine that'll trace out the frames, and then they can make the lenses to match that, so they'll pop right in. And she gave me the quote of roughly $500. And I said, well, what if I just decide to get an entire pair of glasses? And she was like, oh, we have glasses starting at $320, $220 and $320. And I was like, for bifocal transitions? And she was like, yeah, we can get you a full set of glasses, depending on the frame you pick, for like $220 or $320. And I said, well, that doesn't make any damn sense to me that to buy an entire pair of glasses I can get for $320 for a good pair, or if I just want lenses made, it's going to cost me $500. That just doesn't make any sense to me. You're not selling an extra frame. You get to keep that and sell it to somebody else. Don't you think it'd be cheaper to just get the lenses? And then she said some cockamamie story about how the manufacturers of the glasses and the frames and the lenses, because they go together, give you a discount when you buy the complete pair. Whereas if you're just buying lenses and they, you know, some bullshit. Anyway, just some cockamamie story about why it's so much more expensive just to get lenses made. But I guess if that's my only option, then I'll have to come up with about $500 to do that. What do you think, my friend?
Are you talking to me or are you talking on the phone?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
It didn't crack.
I'm going to worry about it.
I've been popping chips for a very long time.
But you never know, right?
You do. You do kind of know.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
my point is, you never know. Sometimes shit happens, in other words.
Right?
I mean,
that is true.
And that's when you go, you never know. Sometimes it happens, I mean, out of the 100 or 1,000.
That's true. It could happen,
yeah.
just, you know, just out of the blue.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's ways to know.
Yeah. Especially
you know.
You do it like how you say you do it all the time, and I mean, sometimes because of kind of little bit of worry about it or hurry up about it or something, and you screw up.
Right. So, because I've been doing it for so long, and I do so many of them, I'm pretty familiar with the chances I'm taking.
Yeah.
And whether I think it'll crack or not. And I knew, as soon as I drilled these, I knew there was no chance of them cracking.
Yeah. Especially like my truck, huh? When you try to pop those on the ones on the dashboard.
Oh.
I mean, how are you going to do it?
Those were crazy,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
But we got them fixed, right?
Exactly. It didn't move. It's still in the same spot.
Yep. Got it. We got it fixed.
Yeah.
And I've done quite a few on this car.
Probably now it's all over in the windshield.
Yeah.
I mean, all over.
I've done chips and cracks and all kinds of things on this windshield.
That's because of the construction. She worked in the airport.
Yeah.
And she had to use that road.
Yep. They're doing all kinds of construction down there.
When I was my other job, I used to take Center Street all the way to Main Street in North Lake and come to I-15, into 215.
Yeah.
Go around.
Sweet.
Because I start getting the same thing. A lot of rock chips. I go, forget it.
Right.
I mean, that's good for you. But not for me.
It's great for me.
Yep.
I see one that I fixed right there a long time ago.
Yeah.
You see that one?
Mm-hmm.
This one turned out beautiful.
Yeah.
And there was one.
Yeah.
I remember fixing that one.
And the big one up.
I remember fixing the crack.
Yeah.
And then there was another one.
Another one on this side. I think right here.
Oh yeah, I remember that great big one.
Uh-huh.
That one was huge.
Yep.
I remember that one.
That one and that one over there, that was the one I was more afraid.
Yeah. I remember fixing that one. That one was a giant. And now it's just one little spot in the middle. Yep, I remember that one. We've done a lot of work together, haven't we?
Yep.
And me on my motorcycle every time. Every time. Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
Cheaper and faster and better.
Yeah. Cheaper for sure.
Yeah.
Not faster. Because I don't lane filter.
Mm.
I sit in traffic. I don't care. I'm not in that big a hurry.
Like the other ones. Cut corners.
Yeah. I don't do all that.
Yeah.
I just ride like a normal vehicle.
In Mexico, there are a lot more motorcycles than cars.
Yeah.
I was driving in the car, and in no time there was two motorcycles, one on each side.
I remember this crack.
Yeah.
I popped it once, and it cracked farther. I popped it again, it cracked farther, and I popped it a third time. I remember that one. That one was a pain in the butt.
Yeah. So how much are you going to be?
So it's just 35. Same as always.
Thank you.
Alright guys, you know what to do. Click the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video, throw me some love. I'll see you in the next one.